let's go ahead and get into the news. All right, so we had some new concept art for Spider-Man No Way Home. This came out of an art book that's coming out on August 1st. It showed Green Goblin and what they had originally planned to do with him. So, Green Goblin comes to our universe, the MCU universe, and then he goes to Iron Man, like basically where we store the trash from all the Avengers fights, and he ends up making himself a partial Iron Man suit with it, and he rides around on one of the drones that fought with Mysterio. Squeaks, do you think that would have been any better than what we already had?
No, I'm good. I'd rather just stick with what we originally had because I like the way it was pulled in from just obviously the universe that we already seen before. So kind of like connecting these multi-universes from our experiences. I thought it was a sweet just nod to us really from what we've grown up with. I think it would be cool. I mean, it would be a neat story. Like I'd be down to see something like that. But totally fine with just like how it was not used at all.
Yeah, it would have made a great what if, I think. Like if we see that in a season, in an episode of What If, then I'd be down for that. But I agree 100% with what Squeaks just said all the way.
Quick question: what do you guys think about What If the series?
Fucking love it.
Right? What did you think, Squeaks?
Great.
I think some episodes were fine.
Thomas says every episode sucks, and I think he's completely wrong.
That's a little much.
Every episode sucks.
Right? Yeah, no, I'm a huge fan of Captain Carter for sure. I even have like a little Captain Carter figure. But I like there's some like the T'Challa as being Star-Lord. I wasn't a big fan of that one.
Oh, I loved that.
Really? I wasn't vibing with it.
Oh man, I loved that. I didn't like the zombie episode. That's what I didn't get behind. But it was still good.
Yeah.
Oh man, that Doctor Strange episode, like,
man, that was heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that was a good one actually.
I can't wait for the next season of that. But yeah, when Thomas was like, I was basically saying like, oh yeah, it's the best. It might be one of the best Disney Plus series because we just reviewed Secret Invasion, which check out Challenge Accepted if you want to follow up on that one. Meh is the answer really. But but yeah, What If I was like, oh yeah, it was one of the best. And he's like, oh no, that thing was complete shit. I'm like, wait. So
yeah. I put What If like in line with Loki season 1, and then WandaVision's just right above that for me.
Oh man, Loki's trash.
Loki's trash.
Oh my God,
wow, all the hot takes.
I hate that show so much.
Oh, it's so good.
But I will say, like every episode was bad. No, I wouldn't say that. Not even close.
Yeah. So check that out, guys. Check out What If, I guess. But yeah, I think if Willem Dafoe would have gotten the Iron Man suit, it would have been a little bit too much. I think it already was it was bloated, but nostalgia really carried that movie through. And I think if you were to add on like plus Iron Man abilities, it would have been just too much. But we do have Iron Patriot, which would be nice to actually see a real Iron Patriot with, Norman Osborn and the Dark Avengers. That would be dope. I don't know if the MCU can handle that. Do you think that's even possible, Squeaks?
Sorry, we're gonna have to redo that. What was the question?
Do you think the MCU could even handle doing a Dark Avengers with Norman Osborn as the Iron Patriot, their leader?
We talk live action.
Yeah, in the MCU.
I don't think so. Because after a certain point, I think we're just gonna tailor to the hardcore Marvel readers. And we may possibly, instead of trying to gain the new generation or whatever people, I think we might actually just lose them if we're going too deep into the lore. I guess that's the best way I could say it. And that's what I'm afraid of, because I think we're slowly might be seeing that now. I think we've like hit our peak, and we're starting to slow it down now.
Yeah, I even Thunderbolts is a little too deep, and so it's like but luckily we know we have Fantastic Four, which is that's going to be good, but we know we have X-Men on the horizon, and that's the saving grace hopefully for everything.
Yeah,
we'll see how that shakes out. New expansion announced for Final Fantasy XIV. This is called Dawntrail. This is going to be it's coming out summer 2024, and it's basically like a summer vacation themed expansion. I wish there was a better thing for that, but basically that's it. It's all about like them going to an island and like hanging out. I know Final Fantasy is so good. Exactly that. Yeah, for an expansion that doesn't seem like it's that thick.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to play this at all? Have you guys tried to go back to Final Fantasy XIV? Anything like that?
Nah.
Goodness, yeah, I have. There's way too much out there already, especially within the Final Fantasy universe. I'm loving Final Fantasy 16 still, so I have no desire to go backwards really right now. And to get into an MMO after I was already dragged into World of Warcraft again by yourself, so I just not gonna happen.
I thought you weren't playing it anymore. Then you told me that you already beat the story level. I'm like, what the shit? I didn't know you were playing
Little
it.
backdoor you out of there, huh?
Yeah, text
yeah.
me next time. Jeez.
Oh man, yeah. I think just as I was getting on whenever I was able to, and then yeah, that's how it kind of worked out.
These last few weeks I've been babysitting 5 additional dogs, so my house has been. I haven't really been able to play video games at all the last few weeks. So, but yeah, just shoot me a text next time you're on. Yeah. What about Final Fantasy 16? You're still playing it. How far are you in?
Oh goodness, 10 hours ish maybe. I'd say, or a
You're
little bit
10
more.
hours into it.
I would say so, or a little bit more.
How long is it supposed to be? It's supposed to be a pretty big game, no?
Oh goodness, yeah. What is it? 40 maybe, just straight story.
Oh
I think.
God. Yeah.
I can't recall. But yeah, so I'm kind of slow in playing it to be honest. Only because I'm bouncing around everywhere. Still playing a little bit of Tears of the Kingdom, World of Warcraft. I think I'm officially done with Diablo. We'll just say that.
Yeah, mine too.
It's kind of boring me. But I'm bouncing around a lot with World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy 16, so that's what's slowing me down.
Okay. When you get when you finish that thing up, let's get a big review from you, and we'll get Kyle tapped on that too.
Most definitely.
That'd be good. Speaking of playtime, we just found out that Assassin's Creed Mirage, if you were to completely complete everything, 25 to 30 hours.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, that's like
That's my
nothing.
reaction too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The main story is going to be 20 to 23. So that tells you that it's mostly a narrative game. There's not a lot of side stuff to do.
Nice. Finally.
Like they were originally saying it was supposed to be a DLC for Valhalla anyway. Could you imagine for how long Valhalla is adding another 30 hours in DLC for one DLC? I'm very glad they made this a standalone game.
Yeah. That's a really good point. I didn't know about that, and that's great. And because I'm running into that in Hogwarts Legacy, I've returned to Hogwarts Legacy so many times, but there's so much other stuff to do that I forget where the main story is at completely, and I'm just like randomly helping people in a small village, and so I'm kind of happy to go to a game that's just going to be like boom, point A to point B. That being said, Starfield is going to be all bloat, and I'm really looking forward to that one. So I'm full of shit. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2 is announced. They're adding a bunch of new characters. They're adding a campaign called Danny Phantom's Vlad Plasmius, whatever. That's who you got to stop in that one. A couple of the characters they're adding, I know one of them is Jimmy Neutron, and the other one's Squidward. And this is kind of, I don't know. I think it's too soon to add another brawler to everything. We already have so many fighting games this year, and Smash Brothers still does well. I don't know. I think it's too soon. Kevin, are you playing fighting games at all?
No, I'm not a fighting game fan. I see why Nickelodeon's getting involved in it because they're seeing the success of all the the kids properties or the nostalgia properties being able to come together in one game, and a fighting game is the best, probably the easiest way to get them to all come together. But no, it's not my jam at all.
It's like that and kart racers. You could just kind of throw anybody on them.
Yeah.
I know that one of the things they're doing is a visual update, but outside of that, I don't see why this isn't just DLCs. It's just adding characters. So
because it's number 2, right?
This is a number 2. It's a whole new game, and it's going to be all the stuff from the first game, more maps, more characters. So it's just like making a season pass. We don't really need a visual update for what is already cartoon characters, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know?
Seems like it's doing the whole Overwatch 2 thing.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's doing.
Yeah. Especially right now, hopefully it doesn't fall into that WB category. When that came out, whatever, I forgot what it was called, Brawl, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know. Yeah, see, it's already forgettable because it was pretty hot for a quick moment, and then it just kind of stopped from there. Really, I don't hear anybody talk about it anymore.
I wonder why that is. Why does Smash Brothers have so much staying power, and these other fighters do not have that?
Maybe it's the original, right? You think?
Yeah, so like if you're going to return to the genre, you'll go to the original, not something new. Maybe that.
Yeah, if I'm playing an MMO, I'm going to return to World of Warcraft, right?
Well, I can't argue with you. Kevin might argue with you on that one, but I'm not.
So, like the original, I mean, you'd be talking like EverQuest, Dark Age of Camelot, Ultima Online. What are you talking?
I'm talking about the first one to do it right, you know?
Okay. Star Wars Galaxies. I hear you.
Oh, shit. That's still going, too, surprisingly. Monster Hunter is releasing their Niantic game on September 14th. Now, this is basically Pokemon Go, but Monster Hunter style. I know when Pokemon Go came out, you and me, Squeaks, were big on it. I was like out at midnight walking around the streets like some hoodlum catching Pikachus. Do you think we need more Pokemon Go stuff, or is that fad? It was just a fad that's done now.
I don't know. I just seen something recently. I went to Disneyland last weekend, and someone was in line playing Pokemon Go, and I'm like, man, I'm surprised that this is still a thing, to be honest. So I whipped out my phone and I started playing Pokemon Go, and no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't know, man, because they have the Ghostbusters one. What else? I know there's
They did a Harry Potter one, but they already canceled that. Right. They already shut that one down.
Well, that didn't last very long. Yeah, sure. I don't know. I just don't see it. Maybe it's making money. Maybe it is, and we're just.
That's the problem. Is that the fan base is small but very into it. But then it's making money off of them, so that means it's just charging them for candies and stuff like that, like crazy. I'm not a fan of that. Like, I don't know. I wish there was a good old let me spend $20 on your guys' app. I'm fine with that, and then don't charge me for a damn thing ever again. I wish that was still a thing, but I don't think it is anymore. Kevin, mobile gaming. Have you tried that out yet? Are you into it yet? I know it's kind of
the only mobile games that I'm ever really into are puzzle games. As lame as that sounds, but. I didn't get into the Pokemon Go thing. I don't think Monster Hunter is the license to get people back to this style of game. Like if they're trying to go for the people that fell out of Pokemon Go, Monster Hunter now is not the way. No. Like the Monster Hunter license isn't gonna do anything for those people. I don't know what it would take if it'd be like, here's a Tears of the Kingdom mobile game, like it's bringing the new Zelda style to a mobile game or something, but. At least make it look like that, but I don't know. Yeah,
that's a great point though, because Monster Hunter. I mean, the two that failed for sure is the Minecraft one and the Harry Potter one. Way bigger IPs than Monster Hunter, and they couldn't get people out of the couch.
At least here in the States.
So. True. Yeah. Actually, in Japan and stuff like that, this is going to do probably pretty well, but over here, not so much. Let us know what you guys think. If you guys are playing mobile games, I want to know what you're playing. The last mobile game that I really sunk some hours into. Vampire Survivor came to mobile, and it played so well. And so I unlocked absolutely everything I could on that one. That was really good. That's good. All right, Kevin, you're going to be going over the games of the month. Let's hear them, man.
Yeah, we got a lot of games coming out within the next month. I didn't realize there's always a ton of games coming out every month. I just kind of wanted to go through some of the big ones. So if there's any that I missed that you guys want to point out, we can add them to the list as we go. Or if any of you guys listening wants us to know of any games that we don't talk about here, just let us know as well. But at the very beginning of the month, August 3rd, Baldur's Gate 3 is going to be out of early access, full release on PC. You guys excited about this one at all?
I'm so into D&D right now, and I'm still waiting for Jonathan to come back from fucking Portugal so I can play some D&D. So a D&D game has me very tempted right now.
Yeah, this is made by the guys that did Divinity Original Sin 1 and Divinity Original Sin 2, but it's officially licensed by Forgotten Realms. It's set in the D&D universe. It's a Baldur's Gate game, even though it's not made by BioWare. Man, I'm stoked for it.
And it's literally endless gameplay, too, by the way. I want to throw that in there, too. That's what they're saying.
One thing that makes me worrisome, though, is the fucking D&D Dark Alliance ran so shitty when it came out. And so glitchy, and trying to play on 2 players, it was so bad. And it was kind of a known thing. So I'm actually kind of worried about Baldur's Gate 3 because of my last experience with the D&D game, which was, I think, the most recent one. Before that.
This one's been in early access for 3 years, so people have been playing it, at least the first act of it, for the last 3 years. And it seems to be running well. Like, we can play it now, even. It's just not fully out yet. But
Okay. Yeah.
If you guys were to play that, just real quick, what class would you play for a video game version of D&D? I would play, so like my main is a cleric, and you can gear them up to be pretty offensive, but they really don't play well solo. So that's, you know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know if I'd go cleric like my main D&D character. I think maybe paladin. I'd probably go paladin, which is what Squeaks is in D&D.
Yeah.
I like the magic-based one, so I'd probably go sorcerer or warlock.
Okay.
Like that.
Oh, warlock's fun. Making deals with demons.
I like to go with the least favorited character and I feel like I did that with Diablo 4.
That's
So
fun.
I
Yeah.
think I would
Then you're
do
gonna
it
go
now. So
a
what
fighter.
I think of like a oh really? You think so? I was
Yeah,
gonna do something
fighter's kind of
so
the bitch
bad like
move.
a bard or something or
No,
Bard would
bards are
be the
some
most
dope.
fun to role play,
is
but
it?
I don't think
Yeah.
it would be a fun game to play. Not on like a computer game like Baldur's Gate, but in
Uh-huh.
like face to
Yeah.
face D&D, I think the Bard would be the best to play.
I was so hoping one of you three would pick Bard when you guys were picking your classes and I was working with you. None of you guys went Bard, and I was like, that's okay. It's kind of a more advanced kind of class because you have to really get it. But now that you guys are kind of understand D&D, I hope one of you guys go Bard because I think specifically, I think you would do very good with it. And so that's gonna be fun.
I'll have to do that.
Yeah.
August
absolutely, yeah,
15th, we're gonna blow through some of these other ones. So
Yeah.
August 15th, Madden NFL 24 is coming out. The same day that Moving Out 2 is coming out. Either of those two games.
I might be getting Madden, guys. I normally get
What?
Madden like every 5 years. Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
about that time. And so, because it takes that
There
long
must-
for the game to actually change. So you have to
There
like,
must
wait 5 years.
yeah. There must be a cowboy on the cover, right?
No, it was rumored to be
Yeah.
Dak Prescott. It's not. It's the guy from Bills, but I still might
quarterback.
get it either way. Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
I just like Madden. It's good stuff. But like Daniel is the kind of guy that gets it every year and plays it like hardcore.
Man.
I'm like, what changed? And he's like, there's this thing where like there's like a shadow now. I'm like,
yeah. Man, I was playing him once on Madden, and I didn't think he was that good, right? And I'm like, I'm pretty decent. Motherfucker was making me rage, like in a fucking Madden. Oh my gosh, he was pissing me off so much that day. Oh my, it was insane.
yeah.
The following week, there's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre on the 18th. That looks like it's Dead by Daylight, but with the Texas Chainsaw name to it. So could be some fun there. This one looks really cool. I'm gonna check this one out myself. It's called Bomb Rush Cyberfunk. It looks like Jet Set Radio Future, that style of gameplay, but made by a newer indie studio, Team Reptile. I had never heard of them before,
You
but
know
I think
what?
they
Props to
I think,
a cool freaking studio name.
I think they made Lethal League. I'd have to double check on that, but Lethal League did some good stuff when that came out, and yeah, Bomb Rush Cyberfunk. I saw the name and I'm like, okay, I gotta add that one to the list because it just sounds
Yeah.
unique and it doesn't look super unique, but it looks pretty cool.
I'll have to check it out.
Immortals of Avium or Avium, I'm not sure how to pronounce that.
Yes.
That game looks kind of cool. It's like think old school Hexen or Heretic, but with like
Oh wow.
BioShock style graphics to it. Is kind of and the movement is very fast paced, first person magic. So I don't know, kind of unique for the games that are coming out today.
It looks like a smoother for people who don't know Hexen. It looks like a smoother, faster version of like playing a mage in Skyrim. Like it's
a good way of putting
smooth,
it, yeah.
and like Skyrim, I know it feels kind of clunky, although we all are addicted to that game sometimes. But this, it looks really clean and it's super bright. All the spell effects are huge and big and bright.
Yeah, think Doom but with magic. That's probably like Doom
very
Eternal,
well put.
but
Yeah.
with just magic.
Now Squeaks is buying it.
Pre-order now. Okay.
Yeah.
Blasphemous 2. I didn't realize they were making a sequel. I think this was announced like within the last few months or within the last year or so, but
Okay.
Blasphemous 2. I know Kyle was super into Blasphemous. It's a 2D kind of a Souls-like game. It's a side-scrolling Metroidvania. Yeah, the first one came out
Man.
a few years ago. This one looks just as good, if not
A
better.
few years ago. Wow, they must have, I feel like redid it on the Switch or something like that because I don't remember it being that old. So I'm kind of shocked that there is a number 2 already.
Yeah, it came out it came out in 2019, at least originally.
Wow, damn.
They might have re-released on the Switch later on. That's probably right.
Damn.
I do like the graphics of that though. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
From Software going back to their roots with Armored Core 6. The last Armored Core game was 11 years ago.
Yeah, and I heard that they're actually bringing in some of the things that they've learned from their other From Software games into Armored Core. So there's going to
Really?
there's going to be some difficult mechanics in this one.
Interesting. I'm probably not going to play it, but I know of some people that may give it a shot. I'd be very interested what Kyle has to say about it because I know he's
Yeah.
and Squeaks. You played you played Elden Ring, didn't you?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you thinking about playing this?
Do you think I haven't looked up too much of this one, and I haven't played Armor 6 in a long time, or Armor Core for a long time. But is this From footage wise or anything, is this going to be plain similar like an Elden Ring, but with robots or?
I don't think so. I think it's
Okay.
more first/third person mech
I think
combat.
that'd be neat to actually play something from software that'd be a little different than their use. But what's that? You might bring this up, but I could be wrong because I don't know if it comes out this month or August. But Revenant 2, is that what it's called? Yeah, Revenant 2. Revenant.
I think that already came out. Didn't that come out in July?
Did it already come out?
I
think
think
it
that
already
already
Oh
came out.
man, dude, like there's so many games right now. It's so hard to even keep up with anything. This is like one of the best years of gaming ever, man.
Yeah, seriously.
is
you're-
so
oh
good.
my god, yeah.
Oh my
By the way,
gosh, I
I'm
can't
looking at
keep up.
screenshots from Armored Core 6. It doesn't. It looks kind of like an Elden Ring positioning.
Oh really?
Yeah, this guy's like facing off on a big boss, and I'm like, yeah, he's just robotic. Everything's robotic he's looking at, but that is definitely a positioning that you would do in Elden Ring.
Interesting.
That might
Yeah.
be one that I would love to see Frank play.
Oh, hell no. Oh yeah, let's just watch Frank just rage the hell out. Oh my god. I played maybe 25 minutes of Elden Ring and was like,
Same.
nope, return policy on
Yeah.
Steam.
Yeah.
There's a reason why I have this headset currently and not my last one. Yeah.
I remember that happening.
Oh
Oh,
man,
shit.
fucking game.
At the end of August, there's one more game that I want to mention. It's one that I've been super hyped for years now, called Sea of Stars. It's a classic retro, like a Chrono Trigger style game made by Sabotage Studio, the guys behind The Messenger, which is one of my all-time favorite video games. Oh my god, I backed the Kickstarter on this, so I've got a physical copy coming, and I'm very glad, because when I bought the physical copy of The Messenger, it was like $280 for a game that was originally like $60, and that I had already owned on PC that I got for $25. So,
Yeah.
Sea of Stars it's set in the same universe as The Messenger, but it's a totally
didn't
different
know
style
that.
of game. Yeah, like it sounds really cool. The graphic style of it is super cool looking.
Yeah.
The combat even looks fast paced for a turn based game. I'm stoked. It's gonna be on all the systems, and I'm very very into
It
it.
also looks like Golden Sun. If you guys are Nintendo fans, Golden Sun, classic RPG, turn-based. It looks like that color-wise and visually. So yeah, I'm very interested in that one actually.
Yeah,
Just-
with me playing Final Fantasy 16 and thinking about the old ones now, this might be the one actually, but I've been dying to kind of play this old school style of video game.
Mhm.
I don't know, I just had the urge to play something that's like I guess it's pixelated, right? In a way?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just something clean like that. So this might be the one actually.
I would also check out Octopath Traveler. I'm playing that one right now, which is turn-based.
Oh,
That
yeah.
that's
I
good
just
too.
bought the second one. I haven't even opened it yet. Gosh.
Okay.
Yeah.
The first one, have you played the first one already?
No, I have not.
Okay, it's having a little bit of a, I would say like an explanation or a exposition dump intro that I'm kind of going through right now. But everything's so smooth in that game, and now that I'm learning a little bit more of the strategy and combat, it's heating up. But yeah, it's a little bit of a slow start because it's introducing so many characters to you in the beginning.
From what I know of Octopath Traveler 2, you don't need to play the first one to
That's what I've
get
heard
the full
too.
experience out of the second one, and it does everything the first one does but better. So it just improves on everything. From what I've heard, I haven't played the second one yet, but Sea of Stars looks just as good to
Oh,
me.
yeah.
I'm stoked. No sponsorship with them or anything. I'm just that hyped for it.
Yeah, but we're open
But
to
if
it.
you want to.
I was like, Sabotage?
As the guy that does the editing and stuff like that, we are open to sponsors. Again, guys, Tabletop Games, it's in the description.